My name is Alan Balfour. I run a childcare company called Daddy Daycare, which I started when my own daughter was 3, as a way for her to spend some time with other children and looked after children in my house.
What makes you want to start a childcare company?
It was my own daughter. It was very much, she was 3, she was at that point where she needed lots of social interaction, and it was a way for me to spend more time with her and also have friends for her to play with. It was really beneficial from her development as she was getting ready for school herself. She spent 2 years with children around her every single day, socialising and developing those skills. When I registered, I was one of only 3 male childminders registered in Scotland. There was 370 odd female childminders, so it was a very, very small of male childminders. But I soon found that actually there was a particular need for that because lots of single parents, single mums, for example, are looking for a positive male influence in their child's life. We try and bring more males into the industry where we can. A lot of the time it's older males that are doing a career change, which is much like what I did myself when I started. So we try and help and support that and get them the qualifications that they need to be able to work in childcare. Well, I was childminding in 2013, and then by 2015 my own daughter started school, and that was down at Stockbridge, and there wasn't enough childcare there to provide after-school care. So we decided to open the first after-school club, and it picked up from Stockbridge Primary, Flora Stevenson Primary, Wardie and Trinity. So it picked up from 4 different places and brought them all to the same church, St James Church on Inverleith Road. We honestly did not expect it to grow quite so quickly as it did. It was a lot of need for childcare, and the after-school clubs, most schools will have an after-school club, but capacity is about 1/10 of the children that attend the school. They're full and they're always got long waiting lists. So we basically help families until they can get a place at the school, and then over time it grew. We took on more sites, and now we have 6, and half of them are actually the school's own after-school club. When we first started, one person that worked in the service had to have a qualification. That was the only requirement at the time. You would have to gain a childcare qualification within 5 years of starting a job. So there wasn't so much a focus on getting qualified as there is now. Now there's a real push so that when you come into childcare, that you get the support that you need in order to gain the qualification, and it can be very quick, especially with direct partners. We started working with them nearly a couple of years ago, basically developing a relationship where they will be bringing the candidates in and supporting people that were maybe out of work or looking for work, and they would help them get the skills that they need in order to be able to come for an interview. They would come into our setting and they would interview there. We started employing people from direct partners fairly quickly. And now that relationship and partnership has grown quite considerably, so that now we're actually helping them. We go into the 2-week course that they do, and we meet the candidates and we talk about what it's like to work in the after-school club and get them to do a little activity about what they think play is, and we have a discussion about it. And then off the back of that, we then offer interviews where we'll go into direct partners again and spend the morning interviewing all the candidates, more for an experience point of view, because interviews are quite scary. So we try and help them by getting a little bit of experience, and these are the sorts of questions that you would be asked. And then we'll give them feedback, and Bev and the team will help them with the answers, so that when they actually go for a proper interview, they're more prepared.
So even though they're not working with you in future, they will still have the experience.
Exactly, they gain the experience, so it's not only looking out for our interests and only interviewing people that we might be interested in taking on. It's about supporting the industry as a whole and helping all these candidates get into employment, whether it's with Daddy Daycare or with another company. You learn a lot through the qualification about the types of play. There's 16 different types of play, which many people will not realize there's quite so many. and what Shonari is and what Gerfek is. It really upskills their knowledge, which helps to provide activities for the children. It helps them to be able to do observations on children. And there's so many aspects of role where the qualification just enhances the service that they're providing. So that's why we push for anyone that comes to employ with us. If they haven't already done their qualification, then we look to see if there's a way that they can do it. And we currently have 16 people doing the course as a result.
They're not sure whether childcare is for them. What will you say to them?
When they're not sure, we actually invite them in to the service. We will intentionally say, come and spend some time with us, spend some time with the kids, and see how you find interacting with the children. There's nothing like first-hand experience, and some people might run away going, it's not for me, it's too loud. But a lot of people will be like, oh wow, this is fantastic, I really enjoy this. So first-hand experience, there's no substitute. We do the same for interviews. If someone comes for an interview, we spend a bit of time talking to them, but the main focus is let's spend some time with the kids. And you can just go and play with them, or you can bring an activity and do it with the kids, and as much for their benefit as ours, because we see how they interact with the children, but they get to really experience what the job is like. Daddy Daycare has grown from just myself in my living room looking after some kids, and to an employer that has 6 different sites and over 50 staff, about 10 years. It's only in the last couple of years since we started working with direct partner, we've really managed to improve the quality of the candidates that we're bringing on, and starting to work with. We're not just interviewing people, guessing what they might be like in the job, taking our best effort and trying someone out. We're actually now meeting the candidates before they even come for an interview, and helping them from the start. If we have particular skills that we think would be beneficial for the candidates to learn, then we feed this to direct partners, and Lisa and the team will work it into their program. Food hygiene and safeguarding children are, for us, requirements, and they've now made that part of the course. It helps ensure that the candidates are ready to go into the industry. It's beneficial from our point of view because we're helping not just ourselves, but we're just helping the industry as a whole by getting more people qualified and more people experienced.
I guess usually when you study in university, you might not learn something that's actually happening in your
Yes.
life, but you're actually, as an employer, feeding the knowledge or the information that the teacher needs to know.
Exactly. It's hands-on experience. And it means that the qualification that you do with direct partners is actually relevant to the job that you do. So many qualifications, the practical skills might not be put into practice in whatever job you go onto. But with this course and this route, the skills you learn at direct partners, you will absolutely use in your job, which is fantastic. The displays that you see on the walls are created by the children. We give the children ideas and give them themes, but you can see on these boards that these are written by kids. They are writing down what they feel is to be helpful and be creative. They give their input, which I think is fantastic. We want to encourage children to be enjoying themselves and laughing and having fun. The wishing tree here is literally comments from the children. They've written on little post-its onto what they would like to see in the service. And we have more Harry Potter books and long skipping rope to use outside. So, and we'll take these things and we'll go, okay, how can we get these resources and bring them into the club? If you can manage to get them to enjoy themselves and have fun whilst also learning something, then you're in the sweet spot. And we also try and make sure that we have different types of toys out. So one of the goals that we have is to try and make sure that we provide as many different play types as possible for the children to experience. So you can have building materials to create structure, but you can also have imagination and cars and Paw Patrol for them to really engage with in different ways. Everyone loves a doll's house. And over in the corner we have a imagination scenario that will change every day. So today we were setting up a kind of a kitchen area with a pretend cafe, so that they can serve food to the customers, and the customers can come and choose what they want to eat. And there's a little checkout, and it changes all the time. So we have other equipment, and the next day it might be a hairdressing station, and they'll do the staff's hair. Obviously, they're not going to get very far with me, but they love that.